Welcome to Most Fashionable Crime in Less Than 10, which is a brief overview and kind of like a deep dive into my podcast, Most Fashionable Crime, which is a fashion-related true crime podcast hosted by me, Taryn. In this 7th episode of the first season, I am talking about the Valentino haute couture gown that Lady Gaga wore to the 2019 Golden Globe Awards. Be sure to listen to the podcast for this episode, which I will link in the description, which will provide you with background information, details about what happened beforehand, during, and after this incident took place. Lady Gaga shows up to the Golden Globes wearing Giuseppe Zanotti silver platform heels, a periwinkle light blue lavender beautiful ball gown, haute couture, looks very heavy, and it's this beautiful strapless ball gown, and there's this nice shawl that goes along with it that's stunning, and it reminded a lot of people of what Judy Garland wore in the 1954 version of A Star Is Born. Lady Gaga says that's not where she drew inspiration from, but I wonder if the actual designers and the teams behind it did draw inspiration from that and she just wasn't completely aware of it. Basically, after the awards, the dress is left in a hotel room. So one of my questions is, how was it left in the hotel room? This giant blue ball gown, like how does that get left behind? Because as someone that works in fashion, the way I see it, that dress, that ball gown would have been taken off very delicately and then placed into a garment bag or some type of protective container for the ball gown to go inside of. This giant blue ball gown gets just left behind in a hotel. So that's one of my questions. Then the dress gets put up for auction on Nate D. Sanders, which is an auction house in Los Angeles, California. And this event took place in Beverly Hills, California. The hotel that the ball gown got left at is the Beverly Hills Hilton. So there's a housekeeper, and she says she's been working as a housekeeper for 24 years. I'm not sure if this is at the Beverly Hilton or just over the course of her career. So she says she's been working as a housekeeper for 24 years and she found this ball gown left behind in the hotel room when she came to clean it up. So I believe Lady Gaga checked in Sunday, maybe even earlier, to get prepared for the events. She was for sure checked into the hotel on Sunday, and I believe she left the hotel on Thursday of that same week. So 4 days there for the event and probably other press events as she was promoting and campaigning for A Star Is Born. So Sarah Correa is the housekeeper. She says in a letter that this dress was left behind. She took it to Lost and Found, and then after 8 months, which is like the legal time she said that the hotel has for items to be reclaimed, she said that the hotel gifted her the dress as a gift from Lady Gaga, which makes no sense to me personally, because if it was a gift from the hotel and the hotel is saying that this was a gift from Lady Gaga, then that means the hotel got into contact with Lady Gaga or someone on her team, which I don't believe they did. Personally, I feel like if Sarah Correa turned this ball gown into the hotel Lost and Found, the Beverly Hills Hilton should be used to working with celebrities. They probably know exactly what Lady Gaga had on when she left, as she left their hotel, or at least has seen pictures, so they know who the gown belonged to. So why didn't they contact Lady Gaga or someone on her team to get this dress back to her? And the big thing is with these gowns that you see on the red carpet, a lot of times they are loaned to the celebrity, the artist, the actress, the singer, whoever is wearing it. A lot of times they are loaned to that person because while that person might not pay for it, it's publicity. And sometimes they kind of have like a partnership with these celebrities, and it's like, okay, I'll dress you in this. Seeing as Lady Gaga was up for a lot of major award categories, it's of course, designers, labels, all were probably fighting over dressing her in their own designs. Flash forward, we're in October of the same year and the gown is now up for auction. So this is when Valentino, someone on the Valentino team, which is a maison or a house in Italy, someone on the Valentino team reported the gown as stolen to the Beverly Hills police. I guess throughout the investigation, they contacted the fashion designer or creative director for Valentino to authenticate the gown, and apparently it doesn't sound like he authenticated the gown. Of course, they investigate within the hotel and they find that Sarah Correa did nothing wrong. I don't really know all the details about that at all, what kind of investigation was led for that. And externally, they did not find that the dress was stolen. Who knows what happened with the ball gown? In my opinion, I feel like someone on Gaga's team definitely did not do what they were supposed to with securing that this gown gets sent back to Valentino, which is typically what happens. The same with like all the nice jewels and jewelry that they wear, they get sent back. When it comes to expensive diamonds and jewelry, and usually sometimes even clothes, they have like a security guard or a guard to guard this and make sure that it gets sent back to whoever it was borrowed from. So basically, Sarah Correa says that this was a gift from her, and she has a letter of authenticity, which I will put a picture in here, which is basically her saying, giving her story of what happened and the events that transpired in her actions. But I think there's something weird to the story. I don't know if Gaga's team just left it behind and then they didn't know how to communicate that to the Valentino team, and there might have been some back and forth with that. Someone did point out that Lady Gaga, I'm not sure if this is exactly true, but they said Lady Gaga did not wear Valentino for the rest of this press junket or press tour award season. So I don't know, there's an iffy relationship between them. But now, as we've seen on that commercial with Lady Gaga singing in like this red flowy dress, she has like a perfume with Valentino. So obviously the relationship has been repaired. Personally, I don't think there was anything wrong on Valentino's end. The only thing I can see them being wrong for, or not being wrong, but it's like failing to make sure that the gown got back into their hands. And someone did point out that Lady Gaga had an exhibition in Las Vegas called House of Gaga. So maybe Valentino thought that the dress was going to be put on display at that exhibition. But somewhere along this whole ordeal, communication was not flowing. It was not clear, and it wasn't abundant. Like, nobody was relaying whatever to anyone, because nobody pointed out that the gown was even missing or considered stolen until October when it gets put up for auction. So I'm not even sure if anyone was aware that this gown was missing. I think there was probably some discussion between Lady Gaga's team and the Valentino team, because a haute couture gown for Valentino, I read, starts at $150,000. So that's pretty pricey. Of course, Lady Gaga can fund that herself, but this was a loan from them. It was made custom to her, but I'm sure the dress is going back to their archives, which, you know, and someone else could probably potentially borrow it too or something. So let me know in the comments what you think about this story. Do you think Sarah Correa stole the dress? Do you think they left it behind? Do you think something was sneakily done for them to kind of hide the dress in plain sight so it would get left behind? I want to know what your thoughts and theories are. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you go and listen to the podcast. I will link everything in the description box. Thank you so much again for watching, and please make sure to like this video, subscribe, and leave me a comment to let me know what your thoughts are.